Hello, welcome back to my crafty corner. This is Sarah. So we're going to be back with our third part of our Beautiful Boo mini album. And so we got our papers, and then we went through and made our covers for our album. And I have also went through and I've already done two, and I'm going to do these two on camera because we're going to be using the same like page styles just on these, and I haven't decided if really I want to make them the same or if I want it to be different. So the first one here, we have a pocket and then a flip, and that's scratched that because I messed up on it. And then this opens this way, so you have that, and then it'll open that way. So it's just like a long accordion there. And then the second one has a flip, but it has a flip up and a pocket. And then it flips out this way. Then it flips over this way. And then we have another piece here. And I don't want them to get too super thick just yet because I have extra things that we can add to it, and I have something that I think I want to do on one of them, and I may end up doing it on the back of this. I'm not sure quite yet, but we'll see. All right, so let me go through and show you or tell you what the measurements are for those that you'll need. So okay, so this is everything that makes up those pages. So since we're having four, really we would need four of these. Let me do for now. I have extra ones here just in case, but this is how many I'll be using so far. So 4 at 8 by 5.5, and you're going to score at the 1/2 inch side on the 1/2 inch side. You're going to score at a 1/2 inch on the 5 inch side. So there. And then, like I said, I have extra of those just in case we wanted to add something else. So 2 of those, and then you need just this one here at 8 by 4 3/4, and it's just a solid piece. You don't have to do anything to that one. You will need 2 at, now these is going to be for all 4 little pieces here, okay? This is how many you'll need for all 4. 2 at 8 by 11. You're going to score at both ends at a 1/2 inch, and then on the 11 inch side, and then you're going to score at 5.5, which is going to be right down the middle. So all you have to really do is take your 8.5 by 11 and trim it down to 8, and then score at a 1/2 inch, 5.5 inches, and then that 1/2 inch coming in from the other side. So 2 of those. And then you'll need this one. It's going to be a pocket. And this is a 9 by 5.5. And you're going to score at a 1/2 inch on the 5.5 inch side. You're going to score, well, actually, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. On the 5.5 inch side, you're going to score at a 1/2 inch on this side just once. And then on the 9 inch side, you're going to score at a 1/2 inch on both ends. All right. And then we have a little flap here. This is 5 by 5, and you're going to score it at a 1/2 inch. And this is going to be that one that flips up from the top. And then we have, for the pocket that goes under that, is 6 by 5.5, and you're going to score it at a 1/2 inch on, 6. So at a 1/2 inch on the 6 inch side, you're going to score it at a 1/2 inch on both ends, and then on the 5.5 inch side, you're just going to score it at a 1/2 inch on one to make that pocket. And then you will need 2 at 8 by 10.5. And then you're going to score at, on the 10.5 inch side, you're going to score at a 1/2 inch and then at 5.5 inches. And that's what gives us a couple of those little accordions. Instead of cutting that in half and then having to attach it, I just scored it so then it automatically folds over. All right, so we've got those. And now we're gonna just go in and assemble it. So we're gonna start with, we're actually gonna start with this one, which is the 8 by 11. Okay, and we will need the single, whatever I did with it, that one right there. Alrighty. Now, once you put this on, it is going to be a hair bit shorter, but I did it that way because when I put it in my album, or when I was going to go to put it in that first page, it stuck out a little too far, and so I just went ahead and trimmed it down that 1/4 inch instead of having it 5.5 or 5, the same as this. I just trimmed off that 1/4 inch, and it's fine. So let's see how. I have to go back. I have to look back and remember how I did it. All right, so we got, this is what this page right here is, okay? Is this one and that single. So we're going to take it. Oh, well, we still need this. Now, I'm using glue to attach them down in my book, but, you know, you can use whatever, if you want to use your tape, or I'm doing a combination of both. For my pockets and stuff, I'm using the tape, but to glue it down on this, I'm just using my glue to attach it here. Okay, so I want that one like that, and I'm just using my tacky glue. If I can get it down, I'll leave it with the lid off, and then it dries, and then it don't want to work right, but. So I'm just gonna, I mean, not sop it, but just enough to get it to hold, you know, and then it'll kind of squish to the edges at least without going over too much. So now I'm just gonna line, that up there with this base piece. Oh, and let me explain that one as well. I guess that you need to know that before you can put your pages in there. So what I did for my binding is I did that stack the deck method, and I did, let's say I cut a piece of cardstock down 8 by 2.5, and then I scored at a 1/2 inch on both ends. That's this end here and this end here, and then the one for in the center here, I cut it down to 1.5 inches and scored it at a 1/2 inch on each side, and then attached those together, and then just attached them in the book. And so, okay. And then, so that one's there like that. And I kind of got it a little off, but it's okay. It's okay. We're going to take this piece here, and we're just going to attach it on this one. Now, one thing I did do, I think I did it on this one. Or did I? I did, yes. I angled my corners on just the ones here. I didn't on the ones that's going here, but on this I did just a little bit. Whatever did I do with my scissors? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and angle mine. It'd probably be easier to do it before you actually attach it, but I forgot, so I'll just do it like that. And then I'm just going to attach this one down like so. And it will leave that. Or did I do that on the back side of that? So did I do this wrong? You know what? It's okay. it's okay. It's okay. We'll just go with it this way. It doesn't have to be the same. The pieces, you know, the card, it doesn't have to go in the same order that the first one did. It just kind of helps me keep it straight a little bit, I guess. So we're just going to put us some glue. And it's really not a lot. I'm kind of just squeezing it out a little and then just rubbing it or smearing it around with the tip of the glue there. Okay, so, and I'm just going to line that up, top and bottom there, or as best I can anyways. That looks pretty decent. And then just flatten that out. And there probably could have been an easier way maybe to have done it, but that's just kind of how I ended up cutting it out. So, yeah, that'll work. And then we're going to take one of our pieces here, and I'll just use this one. That is the 8 by 5.5, and it's scored at a 1/2 inch on the 5-inch side, or 5.5 inch side. And we are going to attach it to, actually, this is, I did do it right. Sort of, kind of. We're actually going to attach it to the front side like that. And I just fold that out so that it'll have a little more, I have a little bit, a flatter of a surface to work with here. And then we'll do the same thing with our glue on this one. And smear it out like that. Okay. Like that. And try not to squish it out too much, but I do want it to the edge. Yeah. And really, that we might do it like that. On this one, we could do that and have it a little different and do like the pocket part on the back. I like that. Yeah, I think I like that. I think we'll do it that way. Why not? Okay, so we'll take our long pocket and we're gonna attach it now to the back side of this one. I almost got too close to my edge. Hopefully my paper is gonna cover that up and you won't see it. All right, so in this one we will take, I'm gonna take my, this is scrapbook.com tape. It's like score tape, so I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna run it along the sides. Now on the sides, I'm only gonna run one strip because it's gonna actually probably end up having paper stuck down over the top of it, so I feel like it will have enough there. But on the bottom, I'm gonna put the 1/4 inch and I'm gonna put an 1/8 of an inch because I want that 1/4 of an inch pretty much to the end, because I hate when your paper gets caught up on that, and if it's not stuck down all the way, that just makes it even more when you go to put tags in it, and to me that is just frustrating. And then we are just going to angle those straight across so that they just meet up, and they shouldn't overlap like that. And we'll do it like that. And I'm just gonna smooth that down, okay? Yeah, and I think I am gonna trim these back a little bit because it will not have anything over them inside the out, because it's just gonna have a tag sticking in there. All right, so let's pull this back in, and I'm gonna pull just the corner of the tape up like that. Well, if I can get it. Both pieces just on that long score there. And I'm just gonna line it up to that score line, edge to edge, and this actually looks like it's scored a little bit shorter than it's a little bit shorter, but that's okay. So I'm just gonna line it up to that score line, and I'll just center it up to that as best I can. So, because you still want that to bend, you know, to fold. So it could push this out a little bit longer than, okay, and then I'm just gonna hold that in place and pull these, and then push that down into place. Okay, and then these should be easy, and they should just go right down where they need to. And like I said, I knew it was going to be off a little bit. My score is a little off. Now see, you can see how it does stick out a little bit over that. You know, if that bugs you, you can trim that off, or just trim it before you put it in there. However you want to do, but I like that. Okay, and then for the second one here, I did this one here first on this side, like that. So we'll just take our glue, whoops, and put it on this one. I feel like that light's flashing. I can't tell. I think I need a new one. That one's it's pretty cheap. It's not a very expensive one. And it kind of, I feel like part of the lights have kind of stopped. I don't shake you too much. I feel like the lights have, because it had like 2 different types of lights in there, and it's different now. I don't know. Okay, so we're just gonna take this one and line it up, not going over that score mark, lining that up to the top and bottom, and then we'll just press it down. You'd have to watch though with the glue, because it will slide. That's the only thing about that, it will. And this black cardstock is not really the greatest to construct with, I guess. But I really wanted black, so I'm gonna try to make it work. All right, so now we have that one on. And then let's see, what did I do on this one? So with that flap, and we put the pocket in this flap on the top. So on this one, I think I'm gonna go ahead and put this one on to here while we're at it here, before we get too much more bulk on there. And then we'll add our last the short pocket and the flap. And I think I may actually do it a little different than we did on that, than I did it on that first one. So really, you can put your pockets and your flaps, you know, if you have the right, if you know the sizes, you can just add those in wherever you want. If they fit and you want it there, that's where you put it. Doesn't have to be exactly like this one. And I'm just gonna line that one up. I am gonna make sure though that when you open it, it's got a good, yeah, it's not caught up on anything. And we will just flatten that one out, and that's good to go. All right. then we've got this flap. And then we have this pocket. And I kind of think I want to do the pocket a little different on this one. Like maybe instead of having the flap on the top, like actually having the flap on the pocket. And the pocket may not even go down all the way to the edge here. I think I want it like that. Okay, so let me get my tape on this one as well. All right, so let's see. We're gonna do, let me get that out of the way. Let me just stick it down, because if I don't, I'm gonna be all, oops. Sitting here and just debate and debate and debate. Okay. Well, on top of that, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good. I wish I'd have thought about angling corners and stuff like that, and I didn't before I even put these on there. So that's always an option too, you know, if you wanted to do any type of edging or anything like that. And I think I want to do like, something like that maybe. Not quite that, but yeah. I am gonna take this, I'm gonna mark it with my pencil. That way I know that I don't get it crooked. All right, so I'm gonna go 1 1/4 inches. And then I'll just move down here. Go 1 1/4 inches. All right, and then that's what I'll use as my guide. Okay. I feel like that light is flashing. It's like, oh, I feel like a strobe light in here. It's kind of annoying. Okay. Right, 2. Might not be quite, but I think that's going to be good. And then just going to tear those. Lighten that. You know, actually, I think I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna do another one of these. Maybe we'll do it this way. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take this one because I had actually tore it, and so I'm just gonna trim it down. 2. That's 5 by 5. So we can still do 5 by 5, I think. All right, so we're gonna trim that one down to 5 by 5. So Alrighty, so this one's gonna go on this very front flap right here. And I'm just gonna eyeball it, center it, and eyeball it as best I can. So, to the edge, I think that looks right-ish. Right. We'll peel that. Okay. And then the same with this one. Let me just, I feel like I should have put the tape on the other side. That's okay. And I'm just gonna line that up with the edge and then line it up with the edges of this one as well. Try to hold that and peel that tape. I'm only gonna peel just a piece so that I can make sure that it is all right where I need it. And call that good. And there we go. So that's got everything that we wanted, or that I have to put in the pages. So that's a pretty good start, and that's filling up. So by the time we get the papers on and all that, it's going to be pretty thick. Now I'm not going to add black here because I feel like when we put our mat down, that's going to, you know, cover that up, and it's not necessary to put that down. All right, y'all, I think that is all we've got for this video. So we've got our covers done, our pages done, and the next thing that we will be doing is matting our pages and embellishing, and then working on our covers. So that's all I've got for you for this video. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. You can click that notification bell, and then you will be notified when I upload a video. And thank you for watching. Bye.